So I figured I would just do my makeup and say hello. Hello. Good afternoon. I'm just doing my makeup because I'm getting ready to go to a neophyte presentation. And you guys may see it on my channel at some point. I know I haven't been creating content on there. I've been busy, but hopefully y'all will have some content really soon because it is probate season. But I will also take this moment to chat you guys up, see what's going on. Some of you may be getting ready for your own presentations, which is great. And I look forward to hearing the good news from you guys as far as your journeys as well. So can't wait to hear that. And I may not be on here for too long either because my plan is to be out of the house in the next hour. But I just thought I'd jump on and say hi and, you know, check in because you guys probably have not seen me. So that is why we are here. But I'm also here for any questions anyone has while I'm doing my makeup and preparing myself to go. So ask away any questions you may have. What is everyone doing? How is your year treating you so far? My year has been pretty good. For it to be just March, the months are going by very fast. Because before you know it, it'll be April. And then before you know that, it'll be November. So I'm excited. But I'm just curious to know what everyone else is up to. What are you looking forward to this year? What are some plans you may have? Let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed my last video that I posted on my channel, which is in theme of what is going on today, talking about new member presentations and that whole experience. I personally enjoy presentations. It doesn't matter what organization. I try to catch everybody, but some people are so like secretive with when they do things that I don't catch it until the show has actually happened. But I'm trying to do better at going to other people's shows because I know I enjoy watching those things. And I know some people may not know what presentations are if they've never seen them before. There are different ones between HBCUs and non-HBCUs. So they're really cool to watch if you've never seen them. So my hope is to create more content that relates to that for some of you guys in the future. But we'll just see how that goes. Because I do work full time. So being able to work and do presentations or go to presentations is a lot. Because some of y'all shows be at like 8 at night, 9 at night. And I have to be to work the next day. So it doesn't exactly work in my favor to get off work and then go to a show and then come home and then go back to work. But weekends are usually pretty good. So it just depends. Hello, don't be afraid in the chat to say hi. I'm just doing my makeup because I'm getting ready to go to a neophyte presentation, and I thought I would speak because you guys probably haven't seen me, like physically seen me on social media for a minute. I've just been busy trying to live my life. Work and school is hard. For those of you who do not know, I am working and in school full time. So to navigate all that and create content, sometimes creating content will take a back seat. There. The lighting looks crazy, but don't worry. Everything is as it should be. So some of you guys may or may not know this, but some chapters have traditions when they have neophyte presentations. And my chapter's tradition is we wear black. So that's why I'm wearing black. And that's why I'm doing this kind of dramatic makeup, because why not? But that's why, for anyone who's wondering. Presentation season is fun. I went to a presentation last night and it was very nice. I think the last show I actually went to was Winthrop, LK, in 2022. My cousin came out in that show and they were amazing. It was such a good show. I love shows that are different. And theirs classifies as different, but in a good way. So thoroughly enjoy going to shows. It's like one of my favorite things to do when I can do it. I will travel if I can. Usually stick to areas that are closest to me, like Georgia, not necessarily Florida because Florida's too far for me, but Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. I try to stick in those areas because those are closest to me. But if I can ever venture out, I will definitely try. And I don't even think they call them probates anymore. I think they call them neophyte presentations. So I try to stay politically correct, but I'm old. I've been in my organization for like 10 years. So I don't know if I'm always using the right terms. And, you know, I try to be correct. But sometimes I get caught up saying old terms. But that's why we attempt to educate ourselves so that we are not teaching the new people wrong things, which I also think is very important. So many changes happen between, like, from the time that you're in your organization to a time when other people join your organizations, to it's at a point to where it's like, okay, I don't even know what the actual rules are. But I also think it's important to educate yourself because you don't want to be out here teaching people the wrong things. So that's why I try really hard to stay abreast of new things that goes on in my organization, as well as just knowing like Greek culture as a whole, because like I said, you don't want to be out here telling people the wrong thing, and before you know it, you got a letter in the mail with someone telling you you can't talk on YouTube anymore. Not that that's ever happened to me, but that's why these organizations have lawyers, for people to basically be told not to do something, or when they're being, disrespectful or doing something wrong. So it's very important to be updated in things related to Greek life so that you aren't caught in one of those situations. And plus, I don't want to be out here telling people the wrong information, because so many people watch my content to where I try to make sure that my information is as accurate as possible so that no one gets caught up doing the wrong thing or saying the wrong thing. Which is why, if you haven't noticed, I don't use certain words when I talk on my platforms about Greek life or Greek experiences, because some terms are associated with hazing, which is illegal. So certain terms you will not hear me say, or if I use it, I will use it to explain why it's not used, and then I'll never use it again if I'm talking about it in that video. So for educational purposes, I will use the words, but I will also tell you, the viewer, not to use those words, because that's how you get caught up making mistakes and saying the wrong things. So we don't want that. We want you guys to be well informed and well educated, so when it's time for you to reach out to whomever, you are reaching out in the correct way. So That's why we do the things that we do. That's why I educate you guys the ways I educate. And that's why sometimes I will correct you guys. And it's not to be mean. It's because I really want you to use the right terms when you're talking to the people that you're supposed to be talking to. Yes, I'm picking eyelash glue off of my eyelashes because we recycle eyelashes. Don't judge me. But these are really good eyelashes. So that's why I will sometimes correct you guys when you say certain words, because those are words that we do not use in Greek life. Now, mind you, some people may still use those words, and that's fine. I can't control what other people say or do, but I can, with the power that I have as someone that people watch, use what I know to educate people to make sure that they're not doing that, so that they're not getting in trouble for saying or doing the wrong things. So don't take it, you know, the wrong way. If I do correct you, I'm just trying to help. You wouldn't have come to me if you weren't looking for help anyway. So if I correct you, take it with love. And here's the tricky part, because I've never done my eyelashes on live before, and apparently cannot hold on to a brush because it keeps falling off of my vanity. So we'll see how this goes. In my concentration face, I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, where's my mini mirror? But I'm not just here to chit chat. Y'all can talk to me too. I will try to answer whatever questions you have, if you have any. I used to do this on YouTube like once a month, maybe once a season, because I actually enjoy answering people's questions. Oh, I think we did that pretty well. Look, can I bring that down a little bit? Cool. See the difference? Look at the drama. For those of you who are just jumping on, I just came on to say hi because I'm going to a neophyte presentation and I hadn't filmed any content in a while. So I said, let me do my very first live, and why not do one on Instagram? I usually do them on YouTube, but I said, let's try Instagram for a change and see who all engages with me. If I get more engagement on YouTube, I'm going back to YouTube. Ooh, that's a difficult one. I don't know if I got that one right. Oh, I think I got it. Right? Looks good to me. Okay. What time is it? We're doing all right. I think I can get out of here in a decent time. I think all I have left is my foundation. Where is my foundation? Ah. For foundation, not that this is a makeup video by any means, but for those of you who are wondering, I'm using Fenty Beauty Soft Matte in the shade 440. This has been my foundation. This is my winter foundation. Summer, I will usually wear this Beauty Blender Bounce, but that turns a little dark on me. This, once it oxidizes, matches me great, so that's why we're gonna wear this one. And this is my travel one. I need to buy a bigger size, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. So that's where we are with that. Where's my spray? There it is. Y'all really just gonna sit on the chat and not talk to me? I'm here to answer questions, any that you may have. I have changed my content, and I talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the year. I haven't posted that much content related to sorority life because in all honesty, sorority life, or intake in general, it happens in seasons. So there's only so much a person can talk about in season versus out of season. And then two, a lot of the information is repetitive. So if it's information that I've already provided on my channel, I don't film it again. I'll just redirect you to the playlist that it lives on. Which is probably why I haven't created a lot of content, in all honesty, because a lot of the questions that I'm getting are from videos that I've already created. So I'm just like, here, go look at this video. So I don't really have new content to create. And I do encourage you guys to let me know if you have questions or if there's a video that you haven't seen before, to ask nicely. What foundation am I using? Fenty, this is the traveler size, mind you, but this is the Fenty Soft Matte Pro Filter Foundation in shade 440. This is my winter foundation. Because it does change. And the lighting makes it look lighter than it actually is. I keep my lighting on bright just so I can see. In person, it matches me perfectly. And then plus it hasn't oxidized yet, so never mind that. But yeah, like I was saying with my content, I haven't created anything new relating to sorority life because a lot of the content is regurgitated information that I don't repeat because it's already there. And it hasn't changed. Like Greek life, for the most part, the processes haven't changed. So I haven't created any new content in relation to it because it hasn't changed. The only thing that changed the only thing that changed the way Greek life does things now was the pandemic. And that just made people go from being in person to virtual, but the processes were pretty much the same. And I have talked about that on my channel as well. So that's like the only big change. But other than that, nothing else has changed with joining an organization. It's the same process, the same practices, the same do's and don'ts. They still all apply. You just have to know, essentially, for lack of a better phrase, how to play the game. And it's not really a game, but you have to know the do's and don'ts. So if you know that your organization does not accept solicitation for membership, and you're emailing them and you're wondering why they're not responding, well, there's your answer right there. They're not responding because they don't accept solicitation for membership. And then you'll be like, well, how do I know that they don't accept solicitation for membership? Go to the membership page. It says it under memberships or frequently asked questions. So if you don't know these things, you're not necessarily doing yourself a service. That's why I always say to also do your research, which is another big thing that I'm constantly saying on my channel, because you have to know how these chapters work. You also have to know about the organization and how the organization works. If you don't know these things, you're doing yourself a disservice. So that's why I encourage things like doing your research, getting to know the chapter, knowing what's acceptable versus what's not acceptable. You have to know these things in advance. And if you don't know, you need to take the time to learn it, because you're going to end up hurting yourself if you don't try to learn this information in advance. Some organizations are more acceptable than others. Some chapters are more nice than others. And unfortunately, that's just people. You can't really control people. And a common thing that I'll get when people ask me about their particular situations is they'll ask me like questions in relation to what do I think will happen next, essentially. And I can't answer that question because I can't answer that question because I am not in your chapter's heads. So I can't be like, oh, well, this will happen next, or you can expect this. I'm not in their heads. I can't tell you specifically how people work because everybody works differently. But I can tell you like basic information that you should know. You should know that if people really want you, they will pursue you. And if they don't, they won't pursue you. And then your question will be like, well, how do I do that? Well, make yourself marketable. It's just like when you have a job. And I've said this before. It's just like when you're applying for a job. When you want a job really bad and it's a job that you really, really want, it's like your dream career, you will do whatever is required of you to learn about that job. And you will make yourself a marketable person. So you have to know how to do these things. And if you don't know how to do these things, check out my channel. It has content on how to do these things. So I would encourage you guys to take the time to actually do your research, learn about the organization as well as the chapter. I'll keep saying that because sometimes chapters don't align with the organization. Sometimes people are just really nasty and rude, and you yourself are wondering how the heck did they get into this organization? I can't answer that question, but I can tell you that some chapters are a good fit and some aren't. And the only way you'll know that is if you know more about the chapter. So do your research on the chapter. I feel like these are good gems that I'm dropping. Y'all let me know. But a lot of this information is information that I've already placed on my channel. I'm just regurgitating it here for some of you who have not yet seen my channel, which is KelsTells, same as my Instagram, same person, same TikTok. I tried TikTok. TikTok isn't really for me. It takes a lot of time to make TikTok videos. For me, I could just be spoiled and used to being able to take my time to create content and not necessarily worrying about it being out in a certain time. Oh, thank you, bestie. But I tried TikTok. TikTok isn't really working for me. A lot of good information you can just get from my YouTube channel. Oh, back to YouTube. That's what I was originally talking about. So my content has changed because intake occurs in seasons, and a lot of that information is regurgitated. So you see a lot of, you'll see a lot more of travel content on my channel because I like traveling. And I have a couple of destinations that I'm planning on going to this year. Where is my little brush? Here it is. So y'all are going to see more travel content because I can't stay out these streets apparently. And I just enjoy traveling. So y'all get more travel content, probably more vlogs. Because that's just what I enjoy doing now. And it's no pressure to create content that meets a certain need. For those of you who watch whatever I post, thank you very much, because it does take a lot of work to edit and create that content. So thank you guys for just watching what I do. But it is a lot, I'm not gonna lie to you. And sorority content, I find myself now being very selective about the things that I say. Especially with the younger generation. I feel like when I first started YouTube, the content that I created was just, you watched it, you didn't watch it, it didn't matter. Content that I create now, I feel like I'm being more selective because people are very impressionable. People are very impressionable, or they have not yet put in the work to better understand how intake and sorority life actually works. So they're going to me for information, but they don't have all the information because they're just getting bits and pieces from watching bits and pieces of my videos. So I find myself being very selective about the information that I post now because I don't want people to get that little bit of information and think that that's all that there is to it. It's not. And I can tell y'all all day long to go to the playlist or watch a previous video. Some people just won't do it. and they just end up being confused at the end of the day, and they end up doing something wrong. So we're out here trying to educate people. What else do I have? Where's my blush? Where is my blush? Where is I really need to clean off my vanity. I filmed a week ago and never cleaned off my vanity, and now I can't find anything. Don't be like me. But good news, I am creating more content. Like I said, I'm on my way to I'm not going yet, but I'm getting ready to go to a neophyte presentation, my sorority's neophyte presentation. So you guys will get that content. I don't know if I'm going to vlog it or if I'm just going to do like their own separate show. We'll see how I feel when I get there. But I am creating more content for you guys because I know some of you, if not majority of you who watch my videos, are actually here for sorority content. But thank you for watching all my videos anyways. What else do we have to do to ourselves? Lipstick. Where is my lipstick? Yeah, my lipstick's on the other side of the room. What are we gonna do instead? We'll get back to that. I might put my lipstick on off camera because I don't want y'all to see the mess that is behind me. Because it's a little messy back there. I'm not gonna lie to you. For literally 2 seconds, I forgot which one I was tapping into. Oh, my brain. I tell you what, I miss undergrad probates so much. Excuse me, neophyte presentations so much. Those were good times. When I was a student or in undergrad, when we used to have shows, you would not sit down when a song played. If a song played, you were up strolling. And that was just the culture. Now when I go to shows and I see people sitting down and just like doing their strolls when they sit, I pick on them, and I'll pick on them to their face. I'll be like, why are you sitting down? Get up and do it. Because that's the whole point. You're supposed to be seen. Let them see you, especially if you're a neophyte. If you don't get up and start strolling, child, what's wrong with you? So I encourage that type of behavior. But that is one thing that I miss from undergrad that I feel like people do not do very often now because they're like, I don't know. I don't know if they're scared. I don't think they're scared, but I don't know. Maybe people just don't like all eyes being on them. I am a social butterfly. I am a social butterfly, but at the same time, I can appreciate just wanting to sit and observe. So I totally get that. But at the same time, you can get up and you can stroll. Oh, is this my chestnut? Yes. Oh, I didn't put it in my bag. It's right here. Lip combination. For those of you who are curious, I literally wear this. This is my go-to lip combination. This is MAC Chestnut, and this is Kat Von D Crucifix. I think they discontinued this, but she has something similar that she relaunched. But this is my go-to. You just line it up like that. And then put this on. And this was good. I emptied this and bought another one. I bought 2 more. Because this is my go-to. So yeah, that's the finished look. I gotta find my earrings. Oh, I didn't highlight. That is not the finished look. And did I leave my highlighter? I'm always leaving the good highlighter at home. And get my life. Where is my... Use this. This is also Kat Von D. This is a translucent eyeshadow. I've had this for years, but I use this for my highlighter. Because you just tap it in and it, see how it just highlights? So that's what we're gonna do because we don't have no highlighter. And I'm by no means a makeup artist. This is just what works for me. And we'll just focus more on this side because this is the side that you don't see my hair. So, or that you see less of my hair. What time is it? I did good. And I'm already dressed. So all I have to do is grab my jacket. I don't know where I put it. It's in my closet. It's in my closet. So that worked out just great. Cool beans. All right, we are good to go. How did I learn how to do my own makeup? Trial and error. I was that girl. My best friends can attest to this because they're watching. I was that girl that never wore any makeup. And then one day I was like, let me try this foundation. So it was trial and error, a lot of it. So I just kept trying and just figured out what look works for me. This is probably one of my most signature go-to looks because it's super simple, kind of dramatic eye, neutral lip. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys will see me later when I post content on my YouTube. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to KelsTells. I greatly appreciate it. I enjoy creating content and I enjoy you guys interacting with me. So if you subscribe, please comment, put things in there. Let's start a conversation together. I love to do it. Love to hang out with you guys. But I'm going to get ready to go. I said I'll be out of the house by 6:30 and it's 5:50. So I don't want to mess up my good trend that I am on. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Siri, I'm not talking to you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys next time. I may do another live. I may make this a thing. So follow me if you're not following me. Subscribe to me if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys.